Hey guys, Hecon's here with another World of Warcraft gold making guide. Today we're going to be taking a look at gold making with tailoring in 8.3. The plan is to make a deep dive video for each of the crafting professions and release those over the next couple of weeks. I've decided to do a guide for tailoring first, since in my opinion it's the best standalone profession. The other ones have the most gold making potential from the synergy it has with another profession, but tailoring does well by itself. The first and most easiest way to make gold with tailoring in 8.3 is to craft deep sea bags. I'm getting my profession set up on this realm, but you can see that I've already sold some deep sea bags at around 600 gold each. On this particular realm, I've been picking up my tide spray linen at 3 gold or less, and deep sea satin at 10 gold or less. That means that even my most expensive bags that I craft are only costing me a bit over 320 gold to craft at rank 2. On top of that, these bags are a great way to level up your tailoring. I did start out initially by crafting the tide spray linen bracers and other cheap crafts until I was able to unlock the rank 1 and rank 2 from the trainer. Right now I'm at 142 out of 175 for cold tier and tailoring, and you can see the rank 2 is still green, and the plan is to craft these until it turns gray and continue to sell the bags. Another great way to make some gold is to craft some of the lower end armors. Item level 225 or 233 if you proc a rare, and list them on the AH. A lot of players are starting to focus on alts and hitting the auction house if they need gear while leveling. I did only get 339 gold for these bracers, but considering the crafting cost on this realm is under 30 gold, it was definitely worthwhile. I have sold other pieces in the past for a few thousand gold, and on some realms they may even fetch more than what the uncanny pieces sell for, since not a lot of people think to craft or list these on the auction house. Keep an eye on the listing fees, and I would recommend not listing too many at once. Here's a really nice mailbox on this realm. 425k in sales in the last 19 or so days, and I did loot a lot of sales already and save what I wanted to share in this video. You can see the bulk of that gold came from this thin jelly flip. Sold 3127 of those at 371.3k. If you guys watch my 0 to 1 million gold challenge, you'll remember that I had a bunch of that left over from a failed flip. I just waited for the prices to rebound and managed to unload most of my stock at a nice profit, close to tripling my gold. As far as tailoring, you can see I sold a couple of uncanny pieces, which we'll talk about later in this video. Did flip some deep sea satin, a little bit over 6,000 of those, and got 28.1k for that. And a bunch more deep sea bag sales as well. You can see I'm getting around 180 gold to 237 gold on this realm. Crafting costs used to be under 100 gold. However, you guys can see I did pick up a bunch of deep sea satin, 1 gold each. So that brings the deep sea bag crafting cost down to under 50 gold, so really nice profit on those. And then I did sell some Shadow V masks, which we talked about in the 0 to 1 million gold challenge. Sold 2 of those for 3.6k. So doing really well with tailoring on this realm, and we'll go ahead and take a look at tailoring on another realm. Really nice mailbox on this realm as well. 313k total, and all I've done on this realm is sell bags. You can see all the sales are a mix of deep sea bags or embroidered deep sea bags. On this realm I'm getting a little bit over 300 gold per deep sea bag, and then for the embroidered deep sea bags I did sell some at 8.5k, looks like 2 weeks ago, and 10.4k for those. But more recently, they've been going for 12k plus. You can see I sold a bunch at 12.3, 14.1, 14.2, and then a bunch more today at 13.3k. Picking up my deep sea satin at 3 gold or less. You can see some of my purchases from 2 days ago. Bought around 4,000 for a little bit over 10k, so just getting my deep sea satin cheap, as well as my tide spray linen, crafting deep sea bags, and also doing the shuffle for the embroidered deep sea bags. which I'll cover now. Here's the rank 3 recipe for the embroidered deep sea bag. You can see that the recipe calls for 65 embroidered deep sea satin. You can just buy those off the auction house or craft them yourself using this recipe. 1 deep sea satin, 1 tight spray linen, and 5 nylon thread, which comes from the vendor. The embroidered deep sea bag also requires 5 expulsum and 1 hydrocore. The hydrocore comes from running a Mythic 0 or Mythic Plus, getting the title core and using the conversion recipe to turn it into hydrocore. The easiest way to get expulsum on a tailor is just crafting a bunch of the tight spray linen bracers and scrapping those. You can expect 1 expulsum for every 6 bracers, so to get the 5 that you need, you'll probably need to craft around 30 bracers. This is going to be the last mailbox that we take a look at today before we talk about some other crafts. On this realm, I am selling deep sea bags for roughly 300 gold each. And then it is also fairly low pop, so I've been flipping deep sea satin as well as tight spray linen and doing pretty well with that. You can see I have been selling deep sea satin. Looks like a stack of 145 for 27.4k. Works out to like 190 gold per deep sea satin, which is insane. Pretty close to 20 times what I paid for it. Another stack of 200. That stack for 19k, which works out to around 95 gold per deep sea satin. Pretty nice prices on those. As far as the tight spray linen, you can see I sold 2 sizable stacks, 1 stack of 7k for 35.3k, and then a second stack of 12.6k for, looks like a little bit under 60k gold. Works out to around 5 gold per tight spray linen, and on this realm I've been picking that up for under 3 gold, so 2 gold margin for each of those, which is nice. I did also notice that the gilded CV was pretty cheap on this realm, so I picked up, looks like a little bit under 4.4k, and I do plan on flipping that over the weekend. Now that we've looked at crafting bags, potential flips with tailoring mats, and a few mailboxes, let's talk about Uncanny Gear and Old World crafts. Uncanny Gear has been a very steady seller since 8.3 dropped, and it got a nice boost this past week due to Blizzard implementing the XP bonus. You can see on this low pop realm, profits range anywhere from 550 gold all the way up to 6.3k for the satin legs. On most realms they can be profitable even at rank 1, but on the high or full pops you'll definitely want to get up to rank 3. We do have another Comp Stomp event which started today, on the 31st of March. This would be a great opportunity to run some on alts, and get easy marks of honor to buy rank 2 and rank 3 recipes. Now is likely a great time to craft and sell these since the prices of mats to craft the tailoring goods have come down on most realms. While there are more people working on alts and leveling, there's higher demand for these items. However, be sure to do the math and make sure they are profitable before you craft a bunch. Setting up a garrison to craft Hexsuite bags, crafted armor, and perhaps even the upgrade tokens is also worth taking a look at. You can see on this realm, I was able to sell Hexsuite bags for 879 gold each, whereas the deep sea bags are only selling for a fraction of that at 261. Be mindful that setting up your garrison, getting it to level 3, collecting followers for your buildings, etc. will take up a bit of time and also a gold commitment. Once you have it set up though, it's essentially free gold, since you can just go over here, collect your resources, and put those towards crafting. As far as other crafts, there are a lot of popular cloth transmog pieces that you can craft at a nice profit. Most of these will likely require some farm on your part, or buying the recipes off the auction house. However, you can see on this realm, the Misted Pandaria recipes, which you get from the trainer, are selling for an insane profit. These crafts are actually quite appealing now in 8.3, with the invasions happening in the Vale. There's a lot more people playing in those zones, which has caused a surge in the supply of Misted Pandaria mats, bringing the prices down. I personally don't do much with old world crafts, since I find that I make enough focusing on BFA crafts. However, diversifying and getting into other markets is a great way to increase your gold making potential. I don't plan to go too in depth in this guide with specific old world recipes, but that will come in a future video. I do have one for blacksmithing recipes in the works, so that should be out in about a month or two, once I've had some time to experiment with some sales. That's going to be it for today, but I do plan to cover each of the crafting professions, and we will be taking a look at Inscription next. As always, thanks a lot for watching, and a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon. Thank you Lionel, Nadim aka Stormy, and Rajesh. Hope you guys all have an amazing week, and happy gold making. Late.